Imagine you're at a carnival and you're trying to win the biggest prize they have. But to win the prize, you must repeatedly bang your head against a wall. That's what platinuming Skull Island Rise of Kong feels like. From the moment you load up the game, you're greeted with visuals that suggest your PS5 has time travelled back to 2003. Kong himself moves like a highly caffeinated but confused refrigerator, and the dinosaurs we are fighting often just stand there, wondering if it's their turn to animate. This platinum isn't about skill, it's about endurance. The trophy list is mostly just beat the game, where beating the game means watching glitchy cutscenes, and combat that consists of mashing mostly one button. Finding the collectibles are like searching for a needle in a haystack, but the haystack is made of blurry textures. You'll be traversing environments that are visually the exact same as each other, constantly wondering if you've been to this exact patch of mud and identical looking tree stump before, leaving you to rely on sheer blind repetitive exploration. When that platinum trophy finally pops, it won't be a cheer of triumph, but a massive sigh of relief. The game begins with a storyteller reading some ancient cave paintings, telling us the story of the Kong species, and how they've gradually died out against the much larger creatures of Skull Island.
The survival of the Kongs against larger and more ferocious creatures was no longer guaranteed.
It's here with the last remaining family of the Kong species, our story begins. First things first, I try to change the camera controls to inverted, only to realise that this game is so trash they haven't even provided that option. So every time I randomly start looking at the sky or the ground, this is why. Going through the prologue, I'm playing as Mama Kong, where a nasty storm is brewing up, and the father and son Kongs have yet to return from hunting. So feeling pretty worried, Mama Kong decides to go out and find them.
Decided to venture out in search of her family.
Learning to navigate the terrain of Skull Island, I battle through a whole heap of chicken rats, unlocking the Rampage trophy for killing 5 enemies in less than 10 seconds. I eventually find my family, and things do not look good. They are under attack by a giant dinosaur. Daddy Kong, trying to protect Baby Kong, gets yeeted pretty quickly, and Baby Kong is devastated. Mama Kong becomes enraged and goes in to fight the big dinosaur known as Gore, putting up a much better fight than the father. Gore proves to be too strong and takes out Mama Kong as well. Baby Kong, after watching both his parents die, runs for his life. Now the final remaining Kong in existence, Kong is determined to avenge his parents and his species. And after completing the prologue, I unlock the Origin trophy. As the years go by, Kong learns how to survive, growing big and strong,
Stand tall and wait for the day
until the time has finally come to go out and take down Gore. Now beginning chapter 1, the Waterfalls Valley, I have to deal with some crabs and chickens before finding the first of 25 collectibles for the game, unlocking the Finders Keepers trophy. Continuing forward, just around the corner, I reach my first Ascension event, an event that locks me in the area until I complete the required task. So after clearing the area of crabs, the Ascension zone is complete, and I get rewarded with some skill points. The rest of the level is pretty much running around the jungle, finding the collectibles, and completing the same Ascension zones. And while doing this, I knock out a few of the easier trophies in quick succession. First, I get the Executioner trophy for executing 10 enemies. Straight after, unlocking the Exterminator trophy for killing 100 creatures. Then right after those, I get the Sniper trophy for killing a flying creature by hitting it with a rock. After grabbing the last of the collectibles and finishing any ascension zones I come across, I make it to the end of the level, where I must fight the giant earthworm, Earth Gaia. My main strategy for this fight is to maintain a good distance and pelt him with rocks, which takes forever as half the time the hits don't even register. About 500 rocks later, Earth Gaia is defeated, and I unlock the Incongruous Encounter trophy for defeating the Chapter 1 boss. Hearing Gore's growl once again, Kong is reminded of his mission. After the cutscene, the Chapter 1 trophy pops for completing all Ascension events in this chapter. I also unlock the Bare Hands trophy for killing a boss without using any special abilities, and the Perfect Kill trophy for killing a boss without losing any health. With Chapter 1 done and dusted, I make my way into Chapter 2, the Jungle Wetlands. I quickly realised that every chapter was going to be the exact same. Grab the 5 collectibles in each chapter, beat the 5 Ascension zones, get stuck in mid-air for no reason so I have to reload a save. Rinse and repeat. While bashing the crabs in Chapter 2, I get the Apex Predator trophy for killing 250 creatures. And I also get the Savage trophy for killing a creature with another creature. I eventually find the Chapter 2 boss, a giant crab named King Dengas. This fight is pretty much a rock throwing contest. We spam each other with rocks until one of us eventually wins. Which of course is me, unlocking the Conclusive Ending trophy. Once King Dengas has run out of health, I jump on him and crush his head in. Tired after another boss fight, I take a moment to remember my parents. Unlocking the Chapter 2 trophy for completing all the Ascension events before getting myself back up so I can keep going. Entering the dark jungle, I sniff around for a bit trying to find Gore. This chapter is once again full of dinosaurs and crabs. So I run around grabbing collectibles and completing Ascension zones until I find the boss. The Chapter 3 boss is 3 raptors, or death runners. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty tough. But Kong isn't scared. Once again, the main strategy is pretty much just keep my distance and peg rocks at them, with the occasional backhand. Taking them down one by one, I unlocked the Recess Incongruous trophy for defeating the Death Runners, which actually popped mid-fight. Once the final Death Runner is dead, Kong flexes his muscles. After this, I quickly run back to grab the Ascension Zone I missed, for the Chapter 3 trophy. As I enter Chapter 4, we cut back to the storyteller as they read more of the cave paintings.
Island started to notice the danger that Kong represented.
Now entering the Great Caverns, the repetitiveness of this game is honestly making this incredibly boring. Completing the same 5 Ascension zones I've done in every other chapter, grabbing another 5 collectibles, and getting glitched as I try to climb anything. I eventually earn enough skill points to fully upgrade a skill branch, and I get the Fighter trophy. I quickly arrive at the Chapter 4 boss, which is a giant spider queen. Following her around her giant webs, I must throw rocks at her to knock her to the ground, where I proceed to punch the crap out of her until she jumps back up into her web. repeating this process until I eventually slay the queen, earning the Decongesting the Caves trophy. And also earning the Skillful trophy for unlocking the final one of Kong's special skills. Then the Training Completed trophy pops for earning all skill points, which I definitely haven't completed, but I'll take it. I also unlocked the Chapter 4 trophy for completing everything in Chapter 4. And with all of that sorted, it's time for the final chapter. We're closing in on Gore, just as determined as ever to avenge my parents. Chapter 5, as you would have guessed by now, is the exact same as every other chapter. Beat up the same slightly reskinned creatures, while combat abilities are bugged and not working. Grab the collectibles, complete the ascension zones, and get stuck in midair a few more times. However, Chapter 5 did bring a little extra fun, like falling through the map. While killing as many creatures as I can, I unlock the Hunter trophy for killing one of each type of creature on Skull Island. Then, as I beat the final Ascension Zone, I unlock the True King trophy. Reaching the final boss fight, it's time to get my revenge, and dethrone Gore as King of the Island. The boss fight goes the same as every other fight. Keep my distance, throw some rocks, and occasionally slap him in the face. But to make things slightly more painful, Gore has a scream that stuns me from any distance. I eventually beat Gore to avenge my family, unlocking the Long Live the Queen trophy. Kong hits Gore with a clean uppercut, before snapping her neck. The Chapter 5 trophy pops for completing everything in Chapter 5, and the Fists are enough trophy for defeating Gore without using any abilities. And Kong is now King of Skull Island.
Among the defeated bodies and the spilled blood, Kong had been reborn, the king of beasts.
Now, after all of this, there was one collectible I missed to earn the final trophy. So finding my way back to Chapter 2, I couldn't get this collectible initially because the ability to smash through walls unlocks after defeating this chapter's boss. So making my way through this obscure tunnel, I find the final collectible to unlock the Completionist trophy, and earning the Ascension Platinum trophy for Skull Island Rise of Kong. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and let me know down in the comments which games you'd like to see me platinum next.